Give me, well, it's over here. Well, just a second. Give me a second. So I just want to give people an update. So I want to give an update about our city hall. Uh, let's see. We had a Shanti Sena situation tonight, and it worked. If you're familiar with it from, if you're familiar with that from when we went to Shemansky Park, that was the big plan about how we were going to deal with safety. And some people thought that was kind of funny, like we're all going to just yell "Peace Army" or whatnot from Gandhi and come over and stop the problem with love and lots of people. And that's actually exactly what happened. It was so cool. It was a guy who was seriously amped. He'd actually injured slightly a friend, and we don't know him. Big, big guy. Everybody came together. Jimmy yelled Shanti Sena. I came over and said, "Tell us what happened." He told what happened, and then I think it was J Monkey came over and he says, you know, he just lifts his hands over everyone and he's like, "This is our family, and you can't do that." And everybody made up. The guy calmed down. I made up with somebody who I just told to get lost because he was like yelling some stupid, horrible thing, and he then apologized to me for having done that here. Um, it was great. It was great, and it's been mellow ever since. There's some people who we don't know who are really amped up on drugs that they bring with them. They could be anywhere from this city, but they're here, and yet they calm down. They're getting along, and everybody is coexisting on these, couple blocks, which I think is amazing. We have people that we really don't know. And that was a fear of mine. If we have people coming in faster than we can orient them toward the activism, will they, put down their differences, or will they just bring with them their anger and problems and insist on taking over and making it whatever they feel like it should be at the moment, and leave behind our message and not care about enticing the public to solve this problem together? And no, so far, people are coming together, and because they are able to sleep together in this whole lit area and take care of one another, the message is naturally happening. So the boxes that we had, that Mr. 60 built, are being used for storage of community things, and they're 99 talked to a man and woman about the fact that we used to have a bocce, but we can't use that now. They came back with a little stove run on some kind of butane, or I don't know what it was, little thing, and they've been able to cook. Um, it's a beautiful thing. We're still doing blanket checkout. We will need people to continue to do the volunteer stuff, and there's more resources than there ever has been on the We Pay button, which is actually also an information page and has some really fun things on it. So if you go to occupyportland.org, you can see that. That's the We Pay button. And I'm going to show you a couple of signs I made. Just a second. These are from my heart. So here's this one. Hate breeds ignorance. Homelessness is a condition, not a character flaw. We've got a lot of this problem mentality. I think it's a character flaw. Hopefully people are learning. That's one great thing about having to be able to stand with folks here. I can see quite the variety of people, and so it's our right to stay together in safety, solve problems, not symptoms. If you don't like the way homelessness looks, take a real good look, because there's 2,000 people who are not going to get into a shelter tonight. We're not taking up their spaces. Our community here, everybody here who could be in a shelter is not, and somebody else is who needs to be. another one, last one I want to show you. How would you look sleep deprived, holding wet blankets and everything else you own? So there's a lot of look to a person who's houseless that has to do with trying to manage carrying everything all the time. And we're going to try to do something about that. Personal storage solutions. The fact that we're not trying to make it all cozy for sidewalks permanently, but we have to deal with the reality that there are 2,000 people out here on sidewalks. And so no matter what happens, we have to take care of that and keep people from dying. And this is a fatal condition eventually. You won't see about it because it'll be a cough in the rain, and then hypothermia, or several things that you're not going to hear. Oh, 100 homeless people died today. But for some reason we don't even hear about somebody who's squished in a dumpster that gets picked up. That was a horror story. I didn't know that happened, but apparently that's going on. There's a lot of deaths that we're not hearing about for some reason. Eventually this is a fatal condition. So anyway, just wanted to tell you about what's been happening here. Another thing that happened was we dialed 911 tonight because a fella, I saw him on the ground, not someone I knew. He was having heart palpitations. We have Yuri, who is a medic and was checking his pulse and blood pressure. We called 911, they came right away. The guy was conscious and he was talking to us, but he asked for 911 to come, so that had happened. Anyway, and I cleaned up the vigil. I don't know, we all do this, but it's been a long time since it's been cleaned up, but I want to show you because it looks a little bit like a vigil again. It was getting really cluttered and mostly paperwork. So I'm going to show it to you before I sign out, and I am trying to work on getting a data plan that will work. Clear.com, I guess, is what I need, and that should solve my limited data problem. I don't know how to manage it. The Wi-Fi wasn't working because it chops it up into 800 zillion videos. And I can't leave this tether. So there's a good chance that this video will go out, and but I will leave you with this. And please do visit on the We Pay button on Occupy Portland on the vigil, occupyportland.org. Take a look, because I put a lot of things on there that should be helpful, and I'll add more and change the wording periodically. But you can see videos, you can see David Love's movie. There's ways that you can help. Some of them are completely non-financial. Like, you don't have to have things to donate, although a lot of these you might have lying around. You don't have to donate money. You can volunteer, or you can do just little things. You'll see there's a lot of little things. We have business cards that we hand to the public. If you could print a few out, cut them out, and drop them off, and put them inside the vigil, we'd be so grateful. Because when people come by and they don't know what's going on, we just hand them a card. So let me show you the vigil now. Thanks for looking. I hope I was on the screen. I'll find out when I get home. Anyway, here is the vigil right now. Yay! Somebody brought a beautiful tablecloth. Oh, let me remove this coffee. So we have our original sign.